This is never a good sign. Not a good sign.
So we're in the shop and it's a little noisy right here, but thankfully we have a super knowledgeable mechanic who's super familiar with this particular type of engine. He works on them in other vehicles. Ben is across the street at the cat dealer right now picking up the part and bringing it back. The technician's pretty sure it's just a fuel pressure issue, and that it seems he thinks this should be a quick fix. He says this is a common issue with this particular Cat C7 engine. So we'll leave some more info in the description below for those of our fellow Fleetwood Discovery owners. It's windy here in my hair. About what the issue is. So anyway, fingers crossed. But it looks like right now we should be able to get back on the road today, so we'll keep you posted. So, super knowledgeable mechanic that suspected it was a fuel pressure regulator or like a check valve issue, and then highly suggested that we put on a Cat fuel filter versus the aftermarket one we had on there. So did those two things. He doesn't think that there's anything major. So we're gonna get all of this put back together, which is just a mess at the moment, and then get on down the road and we'll see how we do going down the road. So fingers crossed that as we go down the road and get up to good operating temperature and all of that, that we're good after that. So we will keep you posted. So make sure that you keep watching. The one good thing about being fairly minimalist is that you can pull everything you own out of the closet and put it back in fairly quickly. So it doesn't take that long. You know, messy.
Diesel hands, dirty diesel hands.
Gross. We're hoping that we're good to go. We're gonna go ahead and be heading down the road. The good news is that we do still have a few more larger towns that we'll be passing through here within the next, 150 to 170 miles. So that'll be a good test to just make sure before that we're too far out in the middle of nowhere. So we'll keep you posted, but it's looking good.
Feeling good about it. So
it's looking good.
Let's see if she starts.
All right, let's do it.
It might take a little while to kind of work out the
kinks
and stuff, the bubbles and the fuel lines, but it started right away.
It started right up. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah!
So good. Thank you,
That's
Jesus.
amazing.
That is so good. Oh, that's different from what it was.
Yes.
So I think we got it.
Yeah.
I think we got it.
We got it. We got it.
So when we left off, we thought we were fixed. Started up beautifully,
Yeah.
and we flew down the interstate 26 miles.
Yeah, it was
beautifully.
running like a charm. It was purring along.
We were thinking this is great because it felt like it was
It
running
felt like,
better.
yeah, maybe that was just mentally. It felt good because we were like, oh, we're fixed. We're going down the road. We're going to our destination. We're happy. And yeah.
So we went to pull off the interstate to get something to eat, and we pull off the off-ramp and, go to come to a complete stop. And when we came to a complete stop, it died. And this time it wouldn't restart at all.
Yeah, and we were on an off-ramp in Sturgis, South Dakota, kind of right in the middle. So completely dead. Got cars behind me. Not able to start it. I kept cranking it.
I was
Nothing.
afraid he's going to kill the batteries cranking it so
Yeah.
much because it just wasn't starting. And he was just desperate to try to get it to start, to just move us out of the way of traffic at least. This is where we absolutely are convinced that we have somebody watching out for us, because unknowns to us, right behind us, was a truck. And in that truck was our old neighbor and her husband.
From Colorado.
That used to live across the street from us in Colorado over 2 years ago.
What are the chances of that?
And they just happened to be behind us. They saw our tire cover that said Grateful Glamper. And so they kind of come around us and they come over and they look and they realize it's us in the RV.
And she happened to recognize my face. And she's like, hey, is that Ben? And her husband was like, are they the Grateful Glampers? So she looked us up real quick on YouTube and yeah,
realized
sure enough.
that was us.
So.
And so anyway, just 100% miraculous intervention with that, where he was in like an F550 pickup truck, flatbed, heavy duty. He had tow straps. It was just 100% a miracle. So this is another miracle, is that literally just 100 yards from where the RV died at this off-ramp was an RV campground.
Yep.
That had availability on a Saturday night in South Dakota. So a weekend in South Dakota in the height of the busy season in the summer. I mean, it was just like miracle after miracle after miracle that kept happening.
Didn't talk about the first miracle though, like how we got to a safe spot off the road. We had this guy pull up with an excursion. If you're watching this, thank you, man. We really appreciate it. And he got out of his big excursion. It's like, hey, I've got a tow rope if you need to, get pulled over to a safe spot off the highway. And so I'm like, yes, man, please. If you think your excursion can pull this RV and my Jeep, I would love you, man, for doing that.
So he pulled us at least over to the side of the road.
Yep, and I didn't have any power or anything, so my steering wheel, I was having to crank on it, and my brakes were in a diesel RV pusher, so at some point you run out of air if the motor isn't running. So I'm hoping that I don't run out of air, I still have my brakes.
So it was a little precarious, but just amazing Good Samaritan that came along and at least pulled us to where we're not in traffic anymore.
Makes us realize there really are good people in this world still.
So then this couple that used to be our neighbors was hanging out with us. They were trying to make phone calls for people that they actually know in this particular area because they used to live in Deadwood, South Dakota. And so they have some relatives and things that are diesel mechanics. So they're just trying to get a hold of the people that they know that could possibly come help. And they couldn't get a hold of anybody just being on a weekend. But what they were able to do was then tow us in to this campground that had availability with a pull-through site. I mean, it was just miracle after miracle. And so we were able to get them to tow us into this pull-through site, have full hookups for the night. We have the GoodSam for roadside assistance. We also have the GoodSam for just the camping discount, but we also paid extra for the roadside assistance. And I am so thankful that we did that, because I want to say it was like $124, but that was for like, I think a 2-year or a 3-year like plan.
Yeah.
It felt like a really good deal. Still is 100% a good deal now. Because they are going to be sending a tow truck now today, because it still won't start.
Yeah. I'm thankful that you kept our reservation at CAT also, and you didn't cancel it.
Yeah, and we still have an appointment at CAT because we thought we were fixed yesterday, but when we thought we were fixed, the Caterpillar repair shop, the
because our engine is actually a Caterpillar, not a Cummins,
So they were closed, so I couldn't call to cancel the reservation at that point, and I thought, well, I'll just cancel it Monday morning and let them know that we're fixed, and that phone call never happened because they were closed, and so we still have a standing appointment at the CAT dealer. They
were the only ones that would get us in, sooner. Everyone else that Charity called, it was like 2 or 3 weeks out. It was crazy.
Even though, I kind of let them know we were semi-stranded at the moment, it seemed to be running okay, just not 100%, but now for sure something's wrong. So the tow truck will be here in a few hours to tow us over to the CAT dealer, and we'll just plan on kind of boondocking in their parking lot overnight tonight, because our appointment is at 6 a.m. Monday morning, so that way we don't have to try to get up too super early or anything like that. And then we're just going to keep praying and trusting God that the outcome is going to be a good outcome, regardless of what that outcome is.
Yeah.
But now, because of that, I need to call the campground that we had reservations at just outside of the Tetons and cancel, because that's 100% not going to happen now. Mm-hmm. And then Yellowstone, the reservations we have in the National Forest in Yellowstone that I got up early to make the 6 months in advance. It could be, it just is going to depend upon what they find.
Right.
On if we can make that happen or not. But for sure, we're losing the Tetons.
Yeah. The thing about these kind of incidences is really that it makes you appreciate RV life more and make sure that you don't take it for granted. So So when you are on the road running smooth, you really do appreciate every single moment. So it definitely keeps you humble.
It does. So that's where things sit right now, literally, because we are not moving until a tow truck can come to get us. And then they were actually supposed to have contacted me by now.
Yeah, you got a couple texts saying
I've gotten a couple texts saying it's been delayed. So things could totally be worse.
Yeah.
You know, even though things are a bummer as far as not being able to stick with our original plans.
Yep.
And those plans are being disrupted. And then just really, you know, one thing that we felt like that we learned, if you've watched, you know, some of our other videos, specifically our video that we called Kicked Out, where we were asked to leave a campground essentially, that there's always some sort of an upgrade, that we can just trust that there's going to be an upgrade when things go wrong.
Yeah.
And so really just being at a place of peace and not allowing this to rob our peace and not allowing this to rob our joy, and moving forward as best we can.
Yeah. We've started making a joke out of it just because we're like, I wonder what the upgrade is going to be on this one.
So we don't know.
Cool.
I mean,
But
one thing we do know,
every time
Ben's dad
it
lives in
happens.
Rapid City. This is going to give us more time to spend with Ben's dad.
Yep.
So let's call this Campground in Pinedale. This really sucks. It sucks, but it is what it is. So. Hey, this is Charity DeVries, and I had talked with you yesterday. We had reservations to come in.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Well,
Is it fixed for you?
no, we thought we had it fixed. We were at a shop. They put a part on it. We made it as far as Sturgis, South Dakota, and it's dead. And yeah, anyway, long story short, this morning, I know, we're waiting on a tow truck to tow us back into Rapid City so we can have the Caterpillar dealer. Has a Caterpillar engine. So there's just no way we're going to make it. I know.
I know that that's not a fun thing. So
It's not.
I will, so here's the thing. I feel bad. I mean, I'm not going to charge you anything. So,
Well, thank you. I appreciate
if
that.
you know, if you do get things fixed and you find time to come back out, please give us a call.
Yeah, definitely would, because we were really looking forward to it, and I would love to be able to do that at some point. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. You guys be safe. And like I say, hopefully everything gets fixed for you.
Yeah, us too. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Bye-bye. Well, that was
so he didn't
super
even
nice.
charge
He
us
didn't
for
charge
that?
us the cancellation fee or
Wow.
anything. So that was
really
just
nice.
100% grace.
Yeah,
so
totally.
the Rim Station Campground,
ever in Pinedale, go check those guys out.
Wyoming, and it
Support 'em.
looked like such a cool place.
It did.
I was looking
Yeah.
at like the pictures of where it is. It's like nestled right next to the mountains. Oh,
Yeah.
It would have been
Yeah,
such a cool
Tetons, I've
spot.
seen the pictures on
Oh.
Instagram are amazing.
And Pinedale's just a kind of a cute little town. I mean, I've been to the town. It's
Yeah.
been since I was a kid, but
We wanted to get that picture by that barn.
by the
right?
barn, everybody gets a
the
picture
barn.
by the T.A. Moulton barn, and it's not going to happen this year. And I don't know, like next year we've got other plans to cover other states. It'll happen at some point. Maybe it'll be when it's just you and I, and then the kids are grown and
Hey,
gone.
you know, never know. Get that little Sprinter van or something.
No, Airstream.
Airstream, really good.
He's team van life. I'm team Airstream. Once that the kids are grown and gone.
Let me know what you guys think below. I'd love to know kind of, are you...
If you had no
if you had
kids, if you were empty nesters.
or are empty nesters, like,
Would you do van
prefer
life?
Van life or...
Airstream. So stay tuned, and we'll keep you posted as this video rolls along.
Yeah. I'm so happy that you are optimistic, thinking that this is going to be the last video, but...
Well, no, but we'll get fixed on Monday,
Okay.
and then we'll put that in this video.
Yeah. Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah, I'm sure hoping so. I
Yeah.
appreciate your optimism.
So if they subscribe, this isn't the end of the video. Don't
Just
pop off
subscribe
yet.
anyways. If
Don't
you're not
stop watching.
subscribed, don't stop watching.
Just subscribe now, and then we're having this is not the end of the video.
Right.
There'll be more of this video saying we're fixed.
Yep. It's so weird.
All right.
I'm sure glad you got
Time to
some
hit
sense.
the off
All right.
button,
All right, we're gonna hit the off button.
and I'm gonna call GoodSam.
Okay.
All right.
Are they gonna be able to get to us?
No worries. So when you say you wouldn't be able to get to us this afternoon, would you be able to get to us yet today, early evening, or?
Got an appointment tomorrow morning.
Okay. Yeah. No, I understand. It's the height of RV season. I have an appointment with Butler Cat in Rapid City for 6 in the morning tomorrow. So I was hoping we could get there and, you know, be in the parking lot then by 6 a.m. tomorrow. So that way we could have them start looking at it. Cause I mean, you know, we're from Florida and this isn't like our home base. 2 weeks out and anybody else is like 2 weeks out to be able to get us serviced. And so it's like, and of course it's a cat engine. It really just needs to be looked at by somebody that knows cat.
Well, my suggestion is call back into GoodSam, tell them that their road dispatch took too long, and it'll be early morning before I would be able to come and pick you up, but it'll take a little prep time, and that's a little bit of what my challenge is. I need one of my small guys to come along to pull the driveline. I don't fit under him anymore.
Got
too
it.
old, too fat.
Understood.
I can do that if that
so
helps.
I mean, if it helps, my husband says he doesn't mind pulling it if somebody just can kind of give him instructions on what to do and has the tools.
Yeah, I would totally get down there.
Okay. Well,
If that changes anything on your end, I don't know.
it's still the early morning for me. I know that.
Okay.
It's that time of the year. There hasn't been enough tow companies in the area for the volume of people that have hit this year, and
Yeah.
we're backed up, and guys are tired and cranky, and I am not going to be there by 1:30, 2 o'clock, like they said.
Okay. Waiting for GoodSam to pick up again. So we'll see what they say, but I am not a very happy camper at this particular moment in time. GoodSam totally screwed up on this one, and I'm going to be sending an email to the CEO because there's an option to do that on their website, and I'm hoping that maybe it just brings about a policy change. But after getting some more information from the rep that I spoke with, their policy is not to even call for a tow until the day it's actually needed, which in the just day and age that we're in right now, with as many as RVs are on the road right now, trying to call for a tow the day of puts you in a situation where it may or may not happen. So thankfully, we were able to finally get a tow. The original company that they called just to get a quote. They didn't call to actually secure the tow. They got the quote. They waited 2 hours and then emailed them and said, go ahead. Well, in that 2 hour time span, this company had gotten other calls and dispatched other trucks. And so they couldn't even get to us till tomorrow, which is too late. We need this rig at the cat dealer by tomorrow morning. So anyway, they were able to find another tow company that can get to us, but not for another 4 hours. So we did not feel right occupying this campsite way past the checkout time without actually paying for another night. So we went ahead and went to the office and paid for another night. Even though it looks like we'll probably get towed out of here around 6 or 7 o'clock this evening, we just didn't feel that that was the right thing to do by the campground that has been so gracious to us and provided us with a place to stay on the fly. I mean, just everything that this campground allowed for us to get it towed in and towed out is super gracious. So we'll put a link in the description below for this particular campground here in the Sturgis, South Dakota area. It's a nice campground and the rates are super reasonable, and they really, really worked with us and have been amazing understanding the situation, and nice staff. So a minimum of 4 hours before anybody can get out here now. So we are gonna run into town and grab a bite to eat. And then we're just gonna go take a little walk around downtown Sturgis. There's not a lot to see when there's not a bike rally, but something to do and occupy our time. So just try to get our mind off of the situation, at least for now. And then hopefully we'll still be on track to have this thing sitting in the cat dealer lot for service first thing tomorrow morning. And we're keeping our fingers crossed that this is a simple repair. So many of you guys have reached out on our video from last week and offered suggestions and words of just encouragement. We really appreciate you guys in the RV community for always being so supportive of one another. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that it is something somewhat simple and that we're able to still get back on the road yet at some point tomorrow, and we'll keep you posted, so stay watching.
What is your opinion on this towing?
It sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. You heard it. Towing sucks.
So I shouldn't really be happy about having to get towed, but I've never been more happier to see a tow truck in my life after all of the back and forth with GoodSam today to actually get one here. But it's here. It's covered under our GoodSam, so I'm not going to complain about that at all. And we're gonna get towed into Rapid City and get this thing looked at tomorrow. So hopefully by this time of day tomorrow, we'll have answers at least if we're not back on the road. So fingers crossed and prayers going up that it's a quick fix tomorrow. So it's always a super, super sad day when this is the view in front of you. She's coming now. You know, it's like these times, some of these situations really kind of, I feel like, redefine what it is that you believe. And if you believe that things will work out and that all things will work together for good, or if you don't. So this is one of those times where we just are going to choose to believe that all things are going to work together for our good, even when it doesn't feel like it in the moment. But we're gonna wait and we're gonna watch, and we're going to expect good things to come. So we spent the night here in the parking lot at Butler Caterpillar in Rapid City, South Dakota. And these guys opened at 6 in the morning this morning. And I walked in right at 6 and they were ready to go. They came out, they got to work on it right away. They have diagnosed it down to a injection pump. It's kind of almost like the equivalent of a fuel pump on a gasoline engine, except for this is a diesel. The good news is they do have the part in stock. It's a fairly common issue on this particular engine. And the tech said if we were running this engine in like one of the semi trucks that they put this engine in, we probably would have replaced this already, just because RVs don't get the same amount of miles per year that a semi truck would put on it. We'll be able to get back on the road, it looks like, yet today. So this is great news, and going to cost us a little bit, but that's part of RV life and part of repairing them on the road. So then went to go grab some breakfast to go. We're getting breakfast for the technician. One tip I will give you, and this is myself having a background in the automotive service industry for a long time: take care of the people that take care of you. So if you have a technician working on your vehicle, if you have a repair person working in your sticks and bricks home, just take care of those people that take care of you, and do everything you can to do what's right for them and to just really bless them when you have the opportunity to do so. So Ben's out getting breakfast for us and the tech, and hopefully we'll be on the road here soon. Do you come bearing gifts?
Yes, I'm bearing gifts.
What have you got?
Biscuits and gravy, and eggs and bacon. You know, that's the thing you always want to do is always take care of your technicians, because they're the ones getting you back on the road. So we got some biscuits and gravy from the Colonial House up here. It's a recommendation by him, and so
take care of those that take care of you.
Take care of those, take care of you. Got some eggs and bacon too.
Well, let's get it to a monster.
OJ. Got a new Huey pump. Sweet!
Shiny. Very shiny.
Yeah! Woo! It's a beautiful sound.
Well, we are back in business. I've never been so excited in my life. this particular cat facility here in Rapid City, Butler Machinery, was phenomenal to work with. They literally started on it just right after 6 a.m. and here we are about 9:30 in the morning, and we're fixed and we are ready to go back down the road. It was essentially a fuel pump issue. What's called a Huey pump has to do with just the high pressure that fires the injectors and pumps the fuel. So they had it in stock, and we are going to get back on the road. The only reservation that we have had to completely then miss is just our reservation for the Tetons. So that unfortunately is a no-go this summer, but we will still be able to do everything else we had on our travel plans. So we'll be headed towards the Yellowstone area next, and then on with the rest of our summer travel plans. So great ending. Did cost us some money, but I still want to say that even with the expense of what it cost to have the repair done, it was very minimal in the grand scheme of things. We were able to find a campground that was very expensive that they, towed us into, our friends. The tow was completely covered by GoodSam, so that is definitely worth the money, and I will put a link in the description below. No sort of affiliation, no sort of affiliate or sponsorship with that, but just something that I absolutely believe was worth every penny that we paid for that roadside assistance through GoodSam, even though we had some trouble getting the tow truck. Saved us a big chunk of change. So in the end, still worth it, still happy with our rig, still happy that we have a little bit older rig that we bought used for cash, all of those things. None of those feelings have changed whatsoever, even though we had to get a repair done. You have a weird shaped head.
I've got an Adam Sandler egg-shaped head, unfortunately.
No, it's square.
No, it's kind of like the...
No, your
the
face
egg.
is very
It's
square. It's like the guy on Up.
No, so it's
The
like
Disney
a deformed
character Up.
Adam Sandler. Yeah. Oh,
Even the
I look like the
square.
old grandpa from Up. Is that
No,
what you're
it's
saying?
just a square. It's like, where's my treat? I'm such a good dog. Put your money where your mouth is, woman.
Where's my treat?
It's like, seriously, stop talking, start producing.
Give me a treat.
The lack of production here is disturbing.
Do you like a treat?
Hand it over. Now. Should never send Ben someplace when he's hungry. He came back with way more food than what we need, even feeding these guys. A lot of food. Lots of food. Gonna have to go for a nice long walk after this. This is so good. Like, Cracker Barrel biscuits and gravy or... Okay. I remember this Colonial House. I think Ben said this is who this is from. These are like fluffy biscuits. The gravy is perfect. Sausage in it. This is how biscuits and gravy really should be done. This is bomb diggity right here. I'm with my fish. So good.
All right, Alaska, sit and be a good dog.
Sit.
You keep an eye on Dakota and Trinity, okay? Good. Good boy. Don't let them fight. If they fight, bite them, okay? Literally?
You can't put that on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
At all. Just, that's going to be completely edited.
I'll cut that out.
All right, we're exiting on the same exact exit that we exited on before, and it died.
We're gonna show this exit who's boss.
Some of you might just think we're tempting fate, but we're really not. We're just wanting to make sure
Right before we get in
that we're really fixed. Because now we know there's a campground right across the street. So
Before we get into Wyoming where it's desolate.
want to make sure that we're sure that we're sure. We're at a complete stop. We're idling
running.
normally. It's running. It's not dying. The idle's not even acting funny.
No, it's idling perfect.
This is a beautiful thing. But I think it is really safe to say this time, like not kidding, but like seriously,
Yeah.
got it! Yay, thank you, Butler Machinery. Happy ending to the story. Thanks so much for all of you that have been sending us messages and asking us if we were okay and if we needed anything. We really appreciate all of your support, well wishes, prayers. We just really appreciate the RV community. So Remember to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. We have a ton of content coming for you this summer. Lots of how-to stuff that is on the list, already filmed, just ready to be edited and posted in the next couple weeks for you guys. So hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you found this video helpful in any way at all. And until next time, we'll see you on the road.